Hi! So, this is the third day of the stay home reading rush, and just a bit of an update. I just finished the first book, and that is Exit West by Mohsen Hamid. And I finished this pretty quickly, but to be fair, it is a pretty short book. It's only like 220 pages long, so it's kind of a small book, and it was nice. So yeah, I think a video about this is going to come soon. So that's something in the future. But now I'm already got into my second book, and that is Hotel du Lac by Anita Bruckner. And I chose this book because I want to go to Switzerland, but I couldn't because I'm broke. So I figured that for this video, I'm thinking about just going over the stay home reading rush tag questions, because I kind of forgot that they were there at the time, so I didn't really go through those in my TBR video. So yeah, I'm going to go through those questions in this update video and just have a little bit of tiny fun. So the first question is, how is my reading going on while staying home? I've not actually been staying home starting in April, but I did stay home for a couple of weeks in March because of the lockdown, and my reading has been going really great actually because of the fact that I didn't go to work, so I had more time to finish more books. And I think in March I finished like 3 books. During that period of 2 weeks, I was at home, and then I started one that I continued all the way until April. And even so, in April, I was able to indulge in books better. I was able to focus better in the books that I'm reading. So I would say that my reading has been like really, really awesome during this period. And okay, so the second question is, where have I been reading at home? At home, most of the time I read in mainly 3 places. The living room, because the lighting is great, it's awesome. The bedroom, which is where I am right now, because of the privacy. And the third location is probably the best location of all. It's just that I can't spend a lot of time in there, and that is the toilet, because it has the best lighting, it has the best privacy, so kind of combine the best of living room and the bedroom. But unfortunately I can't stay there forever because you know why. Next, moving on to the third question, best book I've read during isolation, and I assume that it refers to this isolation. I don't think I have any other isolation if I consider my whole life as some form of isolation, but yeah, that's a bit too sad, so we don't look at that. So my the best book that I've read so far would probably be Crossing to Safety by Wallace Stegner. That was I think it was a really good time to read that book during this period, because it just screams domestic fiction. It screamed cozy so much. It just makes you feel, it just makes you feel really warm inside. And yeah, overall it was great, and a video about that is in the making. So yeah, I'm totally gonna do a video about that and gush over that book, but yeah, that's coming soon. Okay, now moving on to the next question, the fourth. What is my favorite feel-good book? My favorite feel-good book is the one that I can remember was one book that I read last year, and it actually contained kind of heavy subjects like mental illness, depression, suicide, but nonetheless I considered it as a feel-good book, and that book was Ruth Ozeki's A Tale for the Time Being. I felt that the narrative was really engaging, and the ending felt kind of nice, even though it didn't feel like 100% clear what was going on, but there's a sense of positive feeling about that, even though like the whole book had this like really consistent bleak undertones to it. I'm not sure why I would consider that as my feel-good book, but then again, that's kind of like my overall feeling while I was reading that book. So yeah, that was like one of my favorite feel-good books that I just read recently. The next question is a bit of a fun one. Book that I wish I could buy or borrow from the library. Okay, so I actually have some books that I do not own, but I would love to own, but I just kind of find it difficult to find because I can't move around. And yeah, usually I shop for pre-loved books, but I have not found these books. Early in April, I would answer this question with My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante. However, I actually just I placed an order for this book and it already arrived, so I won't be using that book for this for the answer of this question. But I do have other books that I would like to get, and one of them is A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. So I've been very interested in reading that book. I think that it deals with subject matter that really interests me, and I don't know, I just feel kind of excited to get that book. And well, at the same time, I know it's quite a big book, but I know I can get through big books, so alright, moving on to the next question. Author that I want to shout out during this time. I never really shout out to authors before, and I'm pretty sure if I do shout out, none of the authors will probably get this shout out anyway. So I'm just gonna give a shout out to Tan Tuan Eng because I love his book, The Garden of Evening Mist, and this year I'm thinking about reading his first novel, The Gift of Rain, because I don't know, it's just, he's a Malaysian author, and I've never really like read any Malaysian author before that, like, and actually really likes the novel. So his novel, The Garden of Evening Mist, was one Malaysian novel that I really, really enjoyed. So yeah, shout out to him, and hopefully I can read his other novel this year. And so for the final question is, what is my Reading Rush TBR? So I'm just gonna go through them real quickly. I actually have another video, which is actually the previous one that I did. The first one was, of course, Exit West by Mohsin Hamid, which I already finished. And then the second one is Hotel du Lac by Anita Bruckner. And that is followed by the third one, Hiro Arikawa's The Traveling Cat Chronicles. Now, I'm not sure if I can finish all three of this novel in like 4 days, but I don't know, let's just have fun, whatever happens, right? And I'm gonna read this book anyway, even if I have to like go beyond that. So reading is all about fun. That's it for the tag questions, and I'll see you again next time in whatever videos that I'm gonna come up with. So see you again, and bye bye.